Assalamu alaikum my dear students, welcome to studyhigh.pk and subscribe, keep in contact for more videos and update. Today we are going to start discussion on our next lecture 6, chapter Heart, Medical Physiology. The most important and the most difficult topic of physiology, interpretation of ECG. In part 1, I will inform you the basics of electrocardiogram, its normal values for time, voltage, calibration, why a P wave is in positive direction whereas a T wave, the repolarization wave for arteria, is in negative direction. So if you not know what is the normal ECG, how you can interpret that a definite patient's ECG is defective, or why a definite patient's ECG is abnormal, and which portion of the heart is not functioning properly, or where there is a block in the heart. So first of all, to interpret any type of disease from the ECG, you must know the normal values or simply the normal ECG. Now we are going to start discussion on our lecture 1 of interpretation of ECG. First of all, just assume here is a voltage meter that can calculate the voltage difference between the two currents or two pieces. Just assume here is a one set of any piece of metal or any type of muscles of the heart. This is a second. This is voltage meter having a negative and positive values. Here is its negative terminal of the voltage meter, whereas here is its positive terminal. Whereas a large number of negative charge present on this piece of muscle, rod or any piece, whereas a large number of positive charges are present on the second piece. When through the leads you connect the negative terminal of this voltage meter to this negative area and the positive terminal of this voltage meter to the positive charged area, then the voltmeter will deflect it towards the positive direction. So first thing, if you connect the voltage positive terminal with the positive potential and negative terminal with the negative charge potential, then the voltmeter will deflect it towards the positive side of the voltage meter. Now here is an other voltage meter. Here is its negative terminal, here is its positive terminal. If it is connected with its negative terminal is connected with positive potential or positive charges or anything that is positive charged, and its positive terminal is connected with negative charges, then in which direction will this voltage meter show deflection? It will show deflection towards the negative terminal. So what will happen if this is an other voltage meter and has negative and positive terminal? It is negative terminal is connected to a portion of the muscle or a rod or iron rod, anything that is negatively charged, whereas its positive terminal is also connected with any piece of metal, muscle, rod, etc., who is also equally negatively charged. Both are the negatively charged, and its negative terminal is also connected with this potential, positive also. Then what will be the deflection of this voltage meter? It will show no deflection. If this is a 0, voltage meter will remain in its original normal position. So when the positive terminal connected with the positive rod, so these are the basic concepts that will help you in understanding why P wave is in positive direction and T wave of arteria is in negative direction, and likewise the QRS complex and T wave in some of the ECG leads in positive direction, why these are in negative direction. So this basic concept is very simple, but it is very important in understanding the electrocardiograph. So first of all, if a voltage meters positive terminal is connected with positive potential and negative terminal connected with negative charged area or negative or depolarized area having negative charge, then it will be deflected towards the positive side. If the negative is connected with the positive charges and the positive terminal of voltage difference connected with the negative current, then it will deflect toward the negative side. If both potentials are equal and both terminals are connected with equal charges, then there will be no deflection of this voltage meter. So likewise, if here is a water container, large water container that is fused with another water container. So if this water container has this value of water in it, here is, this has a little higher voltage and there is a hole, water will move from this direction into this because this has a high potential as compared to its neighbor container. Likewise, if there are two containers having equal volume of the water in them, there will be no flow of water between the hole present in them. So when the action potential and when there is a equal charge on two sides, then there will be no deflection through the voltage meter. Voltage meter or electrode will only deflect when there is a difference in the action potential or charges etc. Now I am going to show you how our heart is working or giving us ECG. First, this is our heart and it consists of a sino-arterial node here that generates action potential and send it to all muscles of the arteria and to ventricle through AV node. Here is AV node. AV node is also present in right atrium. So first of all, impulses are generated from the SC node and move towards the other portions of the arteria that are connected in syncytium through intercalated discs that I have explained you in our previous lectures. Just assume this is our whole arteria. Impulses are generated from the SC node. Just assume this is our SC node and impulses travel from this area to this direction. So first these muscle cells of the arteria depolarizes and at the end these muscles that are furthest away from the SC node are depolarized at last. Now just this is a area of cardiac muscles that is depolarized first soon after action potential generated by the SC node. What will be the condition of cell membrane on this area of cardiac muscle soon after the generation of cardiac action potential by SC node? This is a cell membrane as action potential has been generated in these cells, whereas the last cells that are furthest away from the SC node of arteria are still in repolarized form. So cell membrane of this area is positive outside and negative outside, will be negative outside because this area has been depolarized. Its resting membrane potential has been disturbed and its outside become more negative temporarily and inside become more positive because of depolarization, because action potential has been transferred from SC node to the neighbor cells of arteria. Now at this time, what will be the condition of these cells which are furthest away from these cells that are close to the SC node? These cells will be still in repolarized form, having negative inside and positive outside. So what will happen if we connect an voltage meter whose negative terminal and positive terminal is connected with the portions of our heart? If negative portion is connected with this cell membrane area and positive terminal is connected with this area which is furthest away from the SC node. Simply here is our voltage meter who has negative and positive terminal. Its negative terminal is connected with this part of the cell membrane of, whereas the positive terminal is connected with this part. At what type of deflection this voltage meter will show? As you know, or I have explained you a little before, if positive terminal is connected with the positive part and negative terminal is connected with the negative potential or negative charges, then this deflection, this voltage meter will deflect it towards the positive side of the voltage meter. So a positive deflection will be obtained in this case. So what will happen when the whole atria has been depolarized, because action potential started from SN node and after some time it will spread to the all muscle cells of the atria. Soon after some time this part of the cardiac muscle will also depolarized, having negative outside and positive inside. Now in this condition both cell membranes of these cardiac muscles has been depolarized. Now if you connect the voltage meter with this portion and this portion, now you will feel or you will observe no deflection of voltage meter. Why? Because the both cell membranes or whole arterial muscles are in depolarized form. The outside of the cell membrane of these cells are in negative form, whereas the outsides of cell membrane of these cells are also in negative form. So if you connect the voltage meter, negative terminal, positive terminal, negative terminal will be connected with this portion negative side and positive terminal with this portions, and there will be no deflection because both cell membranes are now in depolarized form having equal current or equal potential. There will be no deflection. So if we draw a electrocardiograph between the time and the voltage, first there will be a increase in positive potential because of this portion is depolarized and this portion is in repolarized form. If we connect these two with any lead for understanding or knowing the different types of changes in action potential in the arterial muscles due to the flow of the current between these muscle cells, initially there will be a positive deflection, then it will reaches to its zero potential. Why? Because soon after depolarization whole muscles are in depolarized form. When the whole muscles are in depolarized form, then both cell membranes or all muscles of the cell membranes have equal potential and the voltage meter will show no deflection. No deflection means zero potential. So whenever our graph touches this line 0 millivolt, it means that muscle is whether in all muscles of the arteria or ventricle is whether in depolarized form or repolarized form. Or in second definition of this thing is that all muscles of arteria or ventricle have equal positive or negative charges outside or inside of their cell membranes, or all muscles of arteria cells have equal potential, equal currents. That's why the voltage reaches to the zero level. Now I am going to show you the third case, what really happens in our arterial muscles. So soon after the depolarization process is completed in arterial muscles, then in this portion repolarization will started. Why depolarization? Because of opening of potassium channels. All the process or mechanism I have explained you in previous 5 lectures. So when repolarization in this muscle are started, its outside will become positive and inside will become negative, and resting membrane potential has been achieved. Original resting membrane potential, which is approximately between minus 85 to minus 90 millivolt. So as a result inside become negative, whereas when this portion or these cardiac muscles when in repolarized form, whereas the cells that are furthest away from this cardiac muscle area or cell will still in depolarized form because they have depolarized at the last. That's why when we connect these two portions of the cell with leads or with electrodes, what will happen? We will connect this portion with negative terminal of voltage meter and this portion with positive terminal. Now, if you remember my initial talk about what will happen when the positive terminal connected with the negative potential and the negative terminal connected with the positive potential, or positive potential connected with the negative charges or negative terminal with the positive charges. In this condition, our voltage meter will deflect it towards the negative terminal of voltage meter, and in electrocardiograph the curve that we will obtain in this condition will be projected in downward direction, showing that the potential recorded by our electrode or voltage meter is negative or is deflected towards the negative potential. So this is really happens, or these are the basic concepts that will help you in understanding the electrocardiograph and the different types of diseases related to them. In arterial muscles, first there is a depolarization and we receive a positive curve. First highest potential when this portion is in negative or action potential or depolarized form, and this portion is in repolarized form. We obtain this curve. Soon it reaches to its zero potential when all cardiac muscles are in depolarized form. Soon the cardiac muscles of arteria remain in depolarized form for some time, for approximately 0.15 second. So the arterial muscle remain in depolarized form for 0.16 second. Then repolarization started in the area which is depolarized first, that is close to SA node, and a negative curve will be obtained. So this curve is called depolarization curve, whereas this negative curve is called repolarization curve, also called arterial T wave. This is called arterial P wave, and this area shows that arteria remain depolarized for approximately 0.15 to 0.16 second. So T wave of arterial muscle is in negative potential, whereas T wave of ventricle is in positive direction. If you remember or if you know the normal ECG, here is a P wave, QRS complex. Then the T wave is also in positive direction. Why this happens? We will also discuss in our coming lectures. T wave of ventricle is in positive direction, whereas the T wave of arterial muscle is in negative direction, because these muscle cell depolarized first as compared to these muscles, but this not really happen in ventricles. We will discuss in detail in our coming lectures. But in normal ECG you will find no arterial T wave because it present in the area where QRS complex also present are shown by our ECG. As a result, this T wave is masked by this QRS complex. So what we receive in our normal ECG: P wave showing arterial depolarization, QRS complex showing ventricular depolarization, and T wave of ventricular depolarization. So this is really what we receive in our normal electrocardiograph. And second important things that you must remember that I have explained you. When all arterial muscles are in depolarized or in repolarized form, then there will be no potential recorded by the potential meter or our electrodes or electrocardiographic leads. Electrocardiographic leads or voltage meter will show positive deflection when one portion is in depolarized form and other portion is in repolarized form. If this is an no, here is a cell of cardiac muscle and skeletal muscle. So this action potential is generated in this cell because of movement of ions from its neighbor cells. Then a whole process I have explained you in detail. opening of sodium channels, and then opening of L-type calcium channels in cardiac muscle, etc. So if you connect this portion with the negative terminal of voltage meter, and the second portion, this portion with the positive terminal of the voltage meter, so positive is connected with positive and negative is connected with negative, this voltage meter will show a positive deflection. So when a cell membrane is half polarized, depolarized, and half repolarized, then we receive a positive deflection. Likewise, if here is another cell membrane, as action potential is moving from this direction to this direction, soon after this area is depolarized. After some time, it will start repolarizing and again causing inside to become more negative as compared to outside. And this area, which was initially in positive potential outside and negative potential inside, resting membrane potential, will start converting into its action potential form or depolarized form. When you connect this portion with a voltage meter, and positive will be connected with the negative and negative will be connected with the positive, what will happen? In this condition, we receive a negative deflection of voltage meter, because negative is connected with positive and negative is connected with positive and positive is connected with the negative terminal of voltage meter. So after some time, all cells of the membrane will become in original repolarized form, having negative inside and positive outside. When you connect this cell membrane with a voltage meter, then what will happen? We will receive no deflection of this voltage meter, because negative is also connected with positive and positive is also connected with positive, and both are connected with equal potential. In this case, there will be no deflection of this electrode or simply voltage meter, etc. So what different type of graphs that we can make from these interpretation? In this case, as voltage is showing positive deflection, it means that positive potential, as this is a positive potential upward and this is a negative potential directed downward. So in first case, we receive a positive potential. Soon when it start repolarizing, then we will receive a negative deflection, showing that the negative terminal is connected with positive and positive with negative. So what happen when there is equal potential? Then this area will show no deflection, showing that zero potential on the cardiac muscle cells or any area. So these are the basic concepts that will help you in our coming lectures in discussions or interpretation of electrocardiograph or different type of diseases. If you remember my previous lectures, in ventricular contraction or when action potential is generated in our ventricle, first there is a rapid positive potential achieved inside the cell because of opening of for sodium channels, then L-type calcium channels open and the muscles of ventricle remain depolarized for approximately 0.3 seconds. As a result, there is a plateau, but you will see no plateau in this QRS complex or in ECG, because in this plateau ventricles remain depolarized, and when all the ventricle muscles remain depolarized, electrocardiographic leads or electrodes when connected with ventricles and all ventricle muscles remain depolarized during this area. As a result, there will be no deflection of the electrode, because negative is also connected with negative and positive is also connected with equal potential. That's why there is no plateau. You will see plateau occurs only in ventricular action potential that you will draw or understand in whole generation of action potential and its transfer from one cardiac cell to other cell. Whereas in electrocardiograph, in which you use electrodes or voltage meter, plateau will be absent, because all cells of the ventricles are in depolarized form, equal potential. When there is equal potential, and it will be a zero potential shown by the our voltage meters or leads. First, I want to show you the normal electrography. Then I will draw and tell you what are the normal values and how you can draw the normal electrocardiography. And the most important topic of today's discussion, here is a P wave showing the arterial depolarization. Where is this is a pure segment between the termination of P wave and initiation of QRS complex. QRS complex mean ventricular depolarization. It means that action potential has been generated in QRS complex. As a result, what will happen? There will be a ventricular contraction after this QRS complex. ST segment shows that all ventricular muscles are in depolarized form, whereas PR segment shows that all arterial muscles are in depolarized form. Then depolarization will be started after PR segment. As in ventricular muscles, first there is a QRS complex and after that there is a ST segment showing that all ventricular muscles are in depolarized form. That's why there is a zero potential, a straight line. And after all muscles remain in depolarized form, then there is a T wave showing that ventricular depolarization. It is in positive direction. Why? We will discuss in our coming lectures. And between the initiation of P wave to the initiation of Q wave, this interval is called PR interval, whose normal value is 0.16. Whereas between the Q and T, it is called QT interval, S and T, ST segment. These are some important terminologies that will help you in determining or recognizing diagnosis of different type of diseases. Now I am going to show you the mechanism how you can draw the process of normal ACD. What are the normal values for P wave, QRS complex and T wave? First of all, first you must know the different type of calibration of time and voltage values for these tables. Recording paper. This is a recording paper consisting of a number of small divisions and each consists of, this is a one table or one box, one large box. The values of time and voltage of one large box in horizontal and vertical condition. In vertical conditions, the value of one large box is 0.5 millivolt, whereas in horizontal direction, it is equal to 0.2 second. As you can see, this is 0 and this is 0.2. So one large box in horizontal direction consists of 0.2 second of time, whereas in vertical direction, it consists of 0.5 volt. So two large boxes of recording paper is equal to plus 1 millivolt, whereas approximately five large boxes in horizontal direction is equal to 1 second, and 5 large boxes, the diameter of 5 large boxes is equal to 25 millimeter. If this large box in horizontal direction consists of 0.2 second, then the one small box will be equal to 0.2 second, 0.04 second. So one small box in horizontal direction is equal to 0.04 second. These are the small values that you must remember, on the basis of which we will draw the normal electrocardiograph, whereas one small box in vertical direction is equal to 0.1 millivolt. 0.1 millivolt. So these are the normal values there of recording paper. Now we are going to draw what are the normal values of time for P wave and voltage for P wave. Likewise, we will also draw what are the normal values. We will discuss what are the normal values for time of QRS complex and what will happen if the time or duration of this QRS will increase or decrease. Then we will also discuss after how much time the repolarization of ventricle will occur in normal conditions. If there is a defect in ventricle and why repolarization occurs late or earlier as compared to normal electrocardiograph. So these are the values of recording paper. One small box is equal to 0.04 second in horizontal direction and is equal to 0.1 milliwatt in vertical direction, whereas one large box is equal to 0.2 second, whereas 5 large boxes is equal to 1 second, whereas 2 large boxes in vertical direction is equal to 1 milliwatt, whereas one box is equal to 0.5 milliwatt. Now we are going to draw the normal electrocardiograph. To understand the normal electrocardiograph, first of all, you must know the normal values of different type of waves. First of all, we will discuss the P wave. The normal voltage value of P wave is between 0.1 to 0.3 millivolt. As you know that one small box is equal to 0.1 millivolt and 3 box will be equal to 0.3 millivolt. So the normal value of P wave is will be between 0.1 millivolt to 0.3 millivolt. So the average voltage of P wave is between 0.3 to 0.1. We will take here is a maximum or average voltage for P wave. Now what is the normal duration of P wave? The normal duration of P wave is 0.12 second. So as you know, one small box, if this is one small box, is equal to 0.04 second. So 3 small box will be equal to 0.12 second. So as a result, what will happen? Our P wave will lies between, if we starting from here and 1, 2, 3, the P wave will lies between these two parts and its height will be between this. So we are going to draw the P wave. It will start from here and it will end there. So in this way, by knowing the normal value of P wave, we can draw the normal P wave of electrocardiograph. First of all, you must know what is the normal duration of P wave, what is the normal range of voltage. So its normal range of voltage 0.1 to 0.3 millivolt. Its normal duration is between 0.12 to 0.14 second. As a result, after knowing the normal values of electrocardiographic paper, you can draw the P wave. No PR interval. After ending of P wave, there will be a zero potential for some time and it will be 0.04 second. As I have explained you earlier that PR interval is a time from the beginning of the P wave to the beginning of QRS complex. So it is 0.16. From here where P wave started, you should know you should calculate the time after which 0.16 second will be completed on the recording paper. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 small box will be equal to 0.16 second. So after 4 small box, QRX complex will be started and PR interval will be ended. So this is the PR interval, which in normal conditions consists of 0.16 second. I hope now you can easily draw the P wave of electrocardiograph. We are not going to discuss the T wave of arterial muscles because it is superimposed by a QRS complex. But I want to inform you the repolarization or T wave of arteria start appearing after 0.15 to 0.16 second. Sometimes maybe after 0.2 second. We will discuss arterial T wave in our coming lectures, but today in this lecture we will discuss only normal electrocardiograph. Before going to discuss the normal values of voltage for QRS complex, first of all you must know the different voltage values on the basis of the placing of our electrodes or electrocardiographic leads. If this is our human chest, here is a heart, this is you, and these are your hands and legs. If you place your electrode just on the heart, the potential noticed or potential calculated or given by this electrode will be 3 to 4 millivolt greater as compared to those if you calculate the electric potential generated by our heart furthest away from this heart. In normal conditions, the potential that we calculate is between the right arm, left arm and left leg. These are the three important parts of the body from where we calculate the potential. So the normal range of voltage for QRS complex that we are discussing is when the electrodes are placed on right and left arms or on the left leg. Not electrodes but leads that we will also discuss in our next lecture. But what will happen if you directly place your voltage meter on the cell membrane of through some micro electrodes? So if you directly place your electrodes or voltage meter on the membrane, then the voltage that can be recorded by the recording paper is between approximately 110 millivolt. If you remember my previous lecture, the resting membrane potential of ventricular muscle is between minus 80 to minus 90, whereas action potential is between plus 20. So the recording is total curve. If you know, calculate the total difference of voltage curve or voltage wave given by this is between 80 plus 20 110 millivolt. So the electrodes that we are going to discuss are placed on the arms and leg furthest away from the heart and whose normal voltage level is between 1 to 1.5 millivolt. So just remember, the normal voltage range for a normal QRS complex is between 1 to 1.5 millivolt when the electrodes or the electrocardiographic leads are placed on the arms or left leg, as in our clinical side that happens. We place the electrographic leads on the left and right arm and on the left leg. Then we calculate the normal ECG and compare it with normal if some abnormality is present in the human heart or patient's heart or not. So the normal voltage of QRS complex is 1 to 1.5 millivolt and duration of this QRS complex is 0.06 to 0.08 second. So this QRS complex will be located between approximately two small boxes. One box is equal to 0.04 second and second 0.08 second. So the whole QRS complex will be present here between these two small boxes. So when you draw the QRS complex, the normal range of QRS complex duration, the time interval is 0.06 to 0.08 second. So now you have to draw the QRS complex between only these two or any two small boxes, as one small box is equal to 0.04 second and two small boxes will be equal to 0.08 second. So now we are pointing out the normal range of QRS complex. The duration of QRS complex will be if starting from here, if starting from this point, it will end after maximum two small boxes, one box, second box. So QRS complex will be completed between these two small boxes. Its normal duration you must remember, and its voltage should be between 1 to 1.5 millivolt. This is 1 millivolt consists of two boxes. Its Q odd, its QRS complex also projected downward. So the total voltage will be between 1 to 1.5 millivolt. The voltage that we will take as a measure as a standard for QRS complex does not only occur in positive direction, but it is between the both positive and negative direction. So the total voltage is calculated by calculating the number of boxes projected from here to here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 boxes, 10 and one small box is equal to 0.1 millivolt. So it is equal to 1 millivolt, which is a normal range of QRS complex. Because in some cases, in our coming lecture you will see, in QRS complex there will be a large portion projected downward and a small Q projected upward. So in such cases we does not say that its voltage is only 0.5 millivolt, because we calculate the total voltage area that is covered by this QRS complex curve wave in positive or whether in negative direction, because positive or negative direction occurs on the basis of the position or location of the leads that we provide to the heart, that we will discuss in our next lecture. So now I am going to draw the normal QRS complex. Here is so it is between QRS complex, the duration is between 0.06 to 0.08 second. Maximum voltage covered by this is 1 to 1.5 millivolt approximately. Then after QRS complex, the all arterial or all ventricular muscles will be in depolarized form. That's why there will be no action potential or there will be no deflection by our voltmeter. Zero deflection, because all ventricular muscles are in resting or in depolarized form. Now we are going to discuss what are the normal values for T wave or ventricular depolarization. The first thing or the first value or the first important concept that you must know, that when ventricular depolarization will start. Ventricular depolarization will start after 0.2 second. So when production of T wave will be started, it will be started after 0.2 second, and 5 small boxes will be is equal to 0.2 second, as 1 is equal to 0.04 second, and to make it 0.2 second we need 5 small boxes, or simply one large box is equal to 0.2 second. So after completion of QRS complex here, then we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 small boxes, and ventricle will remain depolarized for 0.2 second or 5 small boxes. After that there will be a T wave. Now after 0.2 second you have moved from S to T wave. After completing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 small boxes are covering a time of 0.2 second. Now we need to draw the T wave for ventricular. So the normal voltage range of T wave is between 0.2 to 0.3 millivolt, whereas the normal voltage range for P wave was 0.1 to 0.3 millivolt. Its average will be less than the average voltage potential for T wave. It means that the average voltage potential of T wave will be a little higher as compared to P wave, but less than the QRS complex. So the average value for voltage of T wave will be between 0.2 to 0.3. After covering 2 small boxes we will reach 0.2, and this is 0.3, and the T wave's maximum potential will be between this T wave and between 0.2 to 0.3 millivolt here. This is the maximum or average potential covered by T wave. What is the duration of T wave? It is approximately 0.15 second. Now you have to draw the T wave. You are starting from here. It should only cover 0.15 second. So how many small boxes will be covered by 0.15 second by T wave? So 0. T wave will consist of approximately 3.9 small boxes. 1, 2, 3 small boxes equal to 0.12 second, and 4 small boxes will be equal to 0.14 second. But T wave normal duration is 0.15 second. It means that you have to start T wave from here and end just near to the closing of the 4th box. and its voltage will be between the 0.2 to 0.3 volt. So in this way, now I am going to draw the T wave. Here is your T wave. It is your T wave. Its height will be a little larger than that of P wave, whereas it will be less as compared to QRS complex. So this is a pattern, or these are the normal voltage and time duration values, which will help you in diagnosis of different type of diseases. If there is a less time interval, if T waves soon start after the QRS complex, it means that duration of ventricular repolarization, duration after which ventricle will repolarized, has been reduced. Or if P wave is shorter, then you can say that ventricles are not contracting properly. If the voltage of QRS complex is larger than normal, then you can interpret that there may be a large number of calcium or some other ion. As a result, there may be a large sympathetic stimulus. As a result, ventricles are contracting fastly or with a large force. If P wave is absent, then you can interpret that SA node is not working properly. If QRS complex duration is elongated, then you can also interpret a different type of diseases like ventricular hypertrophy, different type of blockage in Purkinje fiber, etc. So we will discuss the diseases in our coming lectures. This is the basic and the most important lecture. You must remember the normal values of voltage and duration for P wave, PR interval. This is called ST segment. Its value is equal to 0.2, and it shows that ventricular muscles are in depolarized form. So this is PR segment, PR interval, QRS complex, duration, etc. And these are the normal values of this electrocardiograph. Hope you understand today's lecture. It was really a tough task to explain electrocardiography, and our coming lectures will be also a very conceptual and difficult. But I try my best to explain the coming lectures in better way as compared to this lecture. Hope you also understand how you can draw the normal ECG, and when P wave will be in positive direction, when electrode will give us positive deflection, when it will give us in negative deflection, when there is a positive curve, when there is a negative curve, and why different type of zero potentials are given in electrocardiography. Hope you best of luck, best wishes. Please also give us a like, subscribe, share. Thank you, Allah Hafiz.